Endings are always tough, but yet I'm going to look back at this as tough as tonight is. I'm going to look back at this with a very positive in a very positive light. This team's been through a great deal. This team had a lot of challenges with 8 new faces. This team had a very, very difficult schedule. And yet they stayed together, they persevered, they established our culture. And I think it's nice when you look down tonight and you see 3 freshmen as our top 4 scorers, another sophomore, and you look back at the years that those Ayo and Giorgi had. I think they've got to go down as some of the greats, all-time greats in the history of Illinois basketball, and yet there's a lot of growth to be had. The best thing about now is we can go have an off season. Doesn't take a genius to see we need continued work in the weight room. We get stronger. That's the best thing about freshmen as they become sophomores, and but our culture is established. Our work ethic was very good. There's things we've got to get better at. We've got to continue to add pieces to grow this program. But Iowa was the better team tonight. Give them credit. We've been very, very good. Been a top 20 team, guarding the three-point line, and you would never know that in the 2 games we've played Iowa. So they're to be commended for a great game, and wish them nothing but the best as they move forward.
Brett, you didn't have continuity last year. You wanted to bring in more guys. How important is that, and how confident are you that continuity?
Well, I mean, we're in a world today where there's 800 plus transfers, and we've got a situation where you're at this level. You're going to recruit players that are always going to have the option and the opportunity to look at the next level, and that's all we can do. And yet, it was about establishing our culture, and we got that done. And that's the piece that allows Illinois basketball to be good. And you get these guys back as sophomores and juniors and a year of experience, and keep adding guys. Recruiting never stops, and then we've got a chance to sit in this locker room and in the not too distant future and be here on Saturday or Sunday.
What do you see Tevian's role next year? He played more minutes tonight, he scored, and just wondering, where do you see him fitting in?
Well, he's an elite scorer, and that's one thing that he had some challenges early and some difficulties early. I think that Tevian would probably admit that maybe he had some unreal expectations early, and finding out that how mental the game is, how physical the game is. I'm excited for a guy like Tev, a guy for Allen, a guy like Samba, to get in the weight room and understand how much confidence comes with that. And they all got playing time, they all got minutes, and now they can take that weight room and that strength and the toughness that comes from that and put it into their games, and they'll be a big part of what we do.
Ryan, you've never had 2 seasons like this, 2 losing seasons. How have you handled the highs and the lows of what these 2 years have been like now?
Well, I knew what I was getting into when I took the job. This is year 1. It's year 2 of my contract. This is year 1. Last year we got through and we knew that there would be some ups and downs, and this year was we were dealt an unfortunate hand, kind of with our schedule being so tough. But I think we've handled that. We've established a culture. I've said it many times. It's not about having great teams. You can go look at any publication. There was just one out. I think Illinois was the 9th ranked program in terms of revenue, and it's big business. And this program deserves to be great, not just have great teams. And there's a difference. So you've got to lay the foundation. You've got to build it. There are going to be ups and downs in doing that, and you've got to go through that process. There's no shortcuts. And I'm very proud of this group. I love coaching them every day, and we're not taking shortcuts in this program.
With that being said, how important is this offseason then, with the players you bring in and the weight room and everything else combined?
Well, we've got a great opportunity because we got the best strength coach in the country, and a guy like Ayo hasn't had any time off. He needs a break, and yet he also needs to continue to grow in the weight room. Giorgi all those guys. Fletch will set out a plan, and then we've got individual things on the basketball court that each one of them have to get better at, and we work to do that. We've got all summer, and then we'll have an opportunity. We've got a trip to Europe planned in August, so we get actual game experience, and that can be huge, for the new guys that come into the program and start blending this all together.